Hello again guys, it's Carly from the Poetry of Nice, and I have a good old-fashioned haul video for you guys today. So this weekend I went to a thrift store, but I mentioned that I'd been recently to the ones close by to me, and they had all kind of been picked through because Black Friday had just been, and honestly they don't restock too frequently here is what I've noticed. So I drove, oh goodness, like an hour and a half away to go to a different thrift store, to go to another Goodwill. And essentially I did that because the first Saturday of every month in this particular small town, everything in the store is 50% off. So we got there probably around lunchtime, which in hindsight was way too late. I've done this once before and I still found some good stuff, but when I got there, like this time, there was big gaps like in the rails, and there was absolutely nothing to be found in the jeans section. I had definitely missed the boat. Like, it had been, I'm not going to say pick clean because I did find stuff, because that's what I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. So I don't really have individual prices necessarily on these pieces because, as I said, they were all about 50%, well, they were all 50% off. But I did spend a total of $58 in the store. So I'm going to show you everything that I got, and I'm going to try and pitch in with like how much, you know, a pair of jeans was when it was sliced in half, and how much a top was and stuff like that, just to give you guys an idea of why I picked the stuff up and what kind of price point I was working with there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get stuck in. All right, so first item, you're probably wondering, why did she grab this? I love this. So this is a vintage shirt, and the brand is New River. It's sort of a no-name brand as far as I can tell. However, I absolutely love the Southwestern print on it, and it has long denim sleeves. It has almost like a short, almost Mandarin style collar, and what I will be doing is I'll be doing my old trick. Well, I'll have this on my mannequin and I will go ahead and knot the bottom part and style this. This would be so amazing to wear with like a pair of high-waisted jeans with like the arms sort of rolled up to mid-forearm, like you know, like vintage Levi's, something like a medium wash, tapered ankle. Oh, I think that would be really cool, especially with it knotted in front, as you can kind of, well, no, I didn't leave it like that, but anyway. But yeah, so look out for it on my sales videos and you'll get to see the way that the photos turned out. So I picked this up and it's probably about $2 is what it turned out. I absolutely love selling the Southwest style prints, especially when it's vintage, like 90s style. I find that it does really well for me on all three platforms. I've managed to sell that, Etsy, eBay and Poshmark. So I will be listing that soon, especially with it being a long sleeve. The next piece is by ASOS, which I'm definitely aware of, having come from the UK, and this is just a really nice basic piece. So it's sort of like a semi-sheer long sleeve blouse, just a button up. It's a black with like a nude polka dot, but it's such a nice classic career piece. Like, you could definitely team that with a high-waisted black pencil skirt or something like that. Dress it up, dress it down. Super cute. Again, around the $2 mark. This was also around the $2 mark. Just another piece of the old faithful, if you can even see that, Eileen Fisher. This is a size medium, and it's not really a royal, but it's slightly lighter than a royal blue, but it's like a heathered kind of print to it. It's definitely thin, like a thin knit almost, and it's 100% organic linen, which is why I grabbed it for $2. So maybe 25 bucks from that, we shall see. The next piece, I missed a flaw. Okay, so this is Nicole by Nicole Miller. And this is a size 6, and it's very pretty, perfect for the holiday season. It's a semi-sheer, pretty sheer actually, floral / paisley. It's like a tan and black print, and then it has this beautiful piece at the waist with like all embellished. Embellishments are in great shape. However, one side of it I must have missed has come, like the little loop that sat there has come loose. Now this won't really affect wear at all. You just tie it around your waist and that's where it stays, but I'm still going to have to obviously disclose that because that is technically a flaw. However, it's not going to impact how the item is being worn. All right, next piece. So I grabbed this because it was $2 again. It's American Eagle. There's a couple of reasons why I grabbed this dough. I don't always grab it, but it's a size large. It's very, very pretty and like seasonally appropriate. It's a cropped long sleeve cardigan, like very long. It's going to come down like over your hands and your fingers and stuff. It's embellished with beading all over, front and back, all the way down the arms, and the beading is in really, really nice condition. Also has like a floral look to it as well, and the fabric content, it's like a Angora rabbit hair blend. So I went ahead and grabbed it for $2, hopefully around 15 to 18 on that. I'm gonna leave this behind just because you'll see in a second. I flip and love this kind of stuff. Okay, so this is vintage in terms of it's from the 90s. It's from the Disney store. This is definitely an older tag from them. It's made in Hong Kong, which is another great sign of it being a little bit older. And it's just an embroidered women's button down. It's a size small, and you have everybody from, I'm going to say the Fab Five plus Daisy essentially is on this bad boy, and the embroidery is in great shape. The color there is not too much fading, which you often get with this. It's like a denim, like a purple denim, but I just love this. I absolutely love it. So it's another one I'll style. I'll take a picture of it like a full length, and I'll probably style it with a knot as well, just because I feel like that gives people a better idea of wearability. I don't know, makes it more current, shall we say. Okay, this is a new brand to me, but I grabbed it because I instantly felt the quality, and it's just such a nice piece. And then when I looked at comps, they actually looked pretty good. So I decided for like $2.50, I think is what it was, I would go ahead and grab it. So the brand is Hobbs London. Not something I've heard of before. It's obviously from the UK, so it's UK size 16 or US size 12. And I don't know if the colour's even, camera's picking it up very much, but this is such a beautiful colour. It's like a very, very bright teal blue, very bright. It's extremely soft inside. It's 100% wool. The quality is there, and it has some beautiful detailing down here. These are actually pockets, but they also work as almost like some structuring to the piece as well. It's just really, really nice. So when I looked at the comps and I was seeing things similar, it's like a long, like almost tunic sweater, going for around $35 or so. I decided to go ahead and grab that and see if I could learn something new. Okay, next piece. Another basic, our label's coming off a little bit, that's okay. So J. Crew, it's a factory, oh come along. There we go. It's a factory piece, which you can tell by the two little dots underneath, and I grabbed it because it's 100% merino wool. The size is a size medium. It's a slim fit. It's just a V-neck navy blue, obviously 100% merino wool sweater. Such a nice classic piece. This would be so nice as well, I think. Like I would personally would wear it with like a white shirt with you know, you can get them with like the jeweling to the collar and stuff, so there would be just like a small detail there, like a statement piece or whatever. Super cute. So this was again $2, so no brainer, might as well grab it. All right, this I only got because I really needed to take some stuff home with me. And it was new with tags. Those were the two defining factors of this piece. So the brand is Dress Barn. Now I've sold some Dress Barn pieces, don't get me wrong, but only really in the plus sizes, and really, you know, $15 to $20. It's a size small, but like I said, it is new with tags. It was $40 new, and again, it's seasonally appropriate. It's very hard to show you what this piece looks like, but on a mannequin, it actually does look quite nice, and it's a really, really nice deep purple color. So it is a cowl neck, like a long kind of tunicky sweater. It has a ruching detail all the way down the front, which is quite flattering, and it does have a sort of faux leather built-in belt that goes around it as well. Again, the photos do it much more justice. This looks like a load of nothing here, and it has a lot of stretch to it, obviously, but we'll see how that goes. I mean, maybe I can squeeze 20 bucks out of it. We shall see. All right, this is another wild card. I don't know, this is an older piece. I believe it's vintage. I'm going to go ahead and check some numbers with the RN number and all that kind of stuff, but I grabbed it because it was such a specific subject matter, shall we say. So fox hunting, obviously, and at least knowing, like, from where I came from in England, fox hunting, like, it really reaches its peak in popularity around like New Year's Day and stuff, where everybody would go out and people would go to the meets and see them off. So I don't know if that's something that translates over here or will end up in the UK, I don't know. But anyway, I decided to give it a go. I don't know anything about the brand. It's Sharon Young Sportswear. I'll have to look it up. I'm not going to hold my breath for it being anything special, but I did think it was a cool novelty sweater vest. And believe it or not, I've done very well with novelty sweater vests. I sold one that was flawed and very deeply saturated with perfume. The person didn't mind, they were okay with it. I got good, you know, positive reviews, and I disclosed it all. There was a space theme, and that sold for a pretty decent amount of money considering I picked it up for like $1 or $2 like that. So I've kind of come to learn that if you find something that is, like I said, a specific subject matter, sometimes it's worth grabbing. Okay, next piece. This is Cabby. This is the older label, which, like most people, you will hear talking about it. A lot of people stay away from the older label now. I always take the time to look up the style number. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Down here on the little tag, on the inside here, if it will, oh, give me strength. There's actually a little 3-digit style number. All you have to do is put the word Cabby and those 3 digits into either eBay or Poshmark to look at your comps, and it will show you most likely, almost always, the exact piece, and then you can see exactly what it's selling for. So the comps on this were fairly decent. I paid $2.50 for this jacket, and I actually think it's really lovely. It's a wool blend, first of all. It's size 6, but it has some great detail. So it's like a damask, however you want to say that, like a navy blue with a lighter blue underneath. It's got almost like a velvet, like a raised velvet feel to it. And then here are the buttons, really nice details on the buttons. And then just the general structure of it as a jacket or a blazer or whatever, with the pockets in front. It's a really, really nice piece and definitely good for this time of year. So for $2.50, I went ahead and grabbed it, and we shall see what we get out of it. This is a brand I always like to find. The resale value is so-so, but I just really like the pieces that they make. So, you know, sometimes you just got to enjoy what you're selling, right? So here's the brand. It is Beach, oh, let me hold it down. Beach Lunch Lounge. I've only found this a couple of times. Like I said, the resale value is so-so, but it's sold pretty quick for me. There you go. It's a size medium, and again, this is a great piece. This is going to go up ASAP because, you know, it's just right for the time. So we've got yeah, it'll be a long sleeve, and then it's obviously a plaid, like a tartan almost, with a small ruffle peplum style detail at the bottom, and then some really pretty embroidery up here on the chest and a keyhole detail on the back. Just overall a very nice piece. Totally would work for a Christmas party. All right, this piece, I do good with chunky sweaters. I don't really know what else to say about it. So this, I may be bold and call, like, put the keyword fisherman sweater in the title. It's not really chunky enough for that, but it does, it's more than a cable knit, if that makes sense. So I might be cheeky and do that. But it has a really, really nice knit to it. Almost has like a leaf look to it. I don't know. It's cool. But the brand is just LL Bean Signature. I have never come across that particular label before. It's a size extra small, but it does have quite a lot of give. It's a long sweater with like the rolled cuffs, and it's just a really nice piece. And then when it came to fabric content, I think something caught my eye there. Yes, it's 40% wool. So that was another thing that I considered when I bought it, and that was around $2.50 as well. All right, onwards and upwards. I'm gonna move my baskets. Oh! Okay, so next piece, this is again a brand that I use discretion with, but I just really liked this blouse. This is one of my favorite pieces I found. It's not a factory piece, which also goes in its favor, but it's a size small, and it's just an Ann Taylor loft. I love the print. So it's a very bold gray and yellow floral print. It's not really well, it's kind of sunflower, isn't it? But it's also, it has a beautiful ruffle detail, like folded over collar that goes down. And then it's hard to show you guys, again a photo would do it much more justice, but it also has it's a wrap. It's a full wrap as well, not a faux wrap, meaning it comes apart completely and it sort of slides through the side as well. It's just a really, really nice piece. Again, on the mannequin, I was really impressed with how it came out in the photos, and I'm hoping someone else loves it as well. About $2 for that. All right. This is Zenergy by Chico's. Zenergy and Travelers by Chico's are pretty much the only lines that I pick up now for Chico's. I'm about to call myself out because I have one Chico's piece in my bag right now, and I'll tell you why I grabbed that. This is a size 0, which is the smallest size, I believe, that I can't imagine what would go below that for Chico's. So the bigger the size, the better really in that brand. But it is like a windbreaker jacket, and it was charged as a blouse, meaning it was, I think it was $2 is what it cost me with 50% off, and it has almost like a feather print all over it. Just thought it was a nice jacket for $2. And I do okay with the Zenergy line, so we're gonna give it a go. All right. Another vintage Disney piece. It is made in China, but this is one of the older tags from the 90s for the Winnie the Pooh collection. It's a gingham like shirt. Again, this will be tied at the bottom to go ahead, and this is going to be adorable, especially like underneath overalls or something, or again with like high-waisted cut-off shorts. Oh my gosh, it would be so cute for a Disney fan. So it's a red gingham, which is that very tiny check pattern, and then we have a simple embroidery, like a Tigger embroidery on one side. I do really well with vintage Disney clothing and vintage Winnie the Pooh clothing, so I'll grab it for $2. This is oh, they did it, didn't they? You just hate it when they stick stuff through the actual clothes. I missed that. We'll see how that turns out, but it's a Nike Golf. Just a very nice hot pink, very hot pink. Whoa, is it bright? Dry fit Nike Tour Performance, and it's a size large, just a polo shirt. I'll have to see what kind of damage this has done at the back. I'll remove it very carefully and see what all I can smooth over. That's going to end up having to be disclosed, I think. If you can see there what they did with the tag. I just hate it when they do that. Like, why? Oh well. I have another cabbie piece. Again, it is an older tag, but again, I stopped in the store, took the time to look up the style number, and it was selling consistently for around the $20 mark. So for $2 and an hour-and-a-half trip, I was going to grab it. So this is what I would call a faux wrap, meaning it does not come apart, but it does have the wrap look to it. And it's just like a pale pink and grey floral blouse. Again, these all have names. When you plug in that those 3 digits for the style number, you usually find the name for the piece as well, which is helpful when listening. Okay, we have another Nike piece here. They did a better job with this because they just put it through the label. It's another size large. Yes, it is. Nike Golf Dry Fit, and it's like a sort of like a copper, almost like a burnt orange color. Again, a polo shirt. $2. Here is the Chico's piece I was telling you about. So it's not that I'm overly in love with this piece, but it was, again, $2. It's a size 3, and it's a great layering piece with like a bold print. I'm not gonna hold my breath. Like, I feel like I do so terribly with Chico's, and yet I still keep picking it up when it's really cheap. I don't know why I do it. We all have brands we do that with, but it's a blue zebra print, semi-sheer pop-over blouse. Like I said, the size 3, which is one of the larger sizes, or the larger size, not too sure, for Chico's. Okay, this piece, I love it so much. This is one of my vintage pieces that I picked up. I don't know anything, Cullinane? I don't know anything about the brand, but again, it doesn't matter. It's a size 4. I'll go ahead and add measurements. I always do anyway, but vintage sizing is a little different, can tend to run smaller. It's made in the USA. There's my little tag underneath that's telling me that. Well, you get the picture. I hate when my camera does that. Anyway, it's like a high-waisted skirt, and the thing that really caught my eye, first of all, the print is really, really nice. Again, this like copper bronze color with a navy blue and a chevron detail. Oh, come along. There we go. We got there in the end. But I really like the detail at the back. So it's a button-up back with these small fabric buttons and the loops. So pretty. And it's like a midi length, meaning it's going to sit between the knee and like the ankle, I suppose. It's like a mid-length. It's longer than your usual skirt. Very flowy, very pretty. And actually I'm going to use this piece to do a video showing you how I cross post on each platform. So I'm going to show you how I would start on eBay doing a listing for this vintage piece with my photos and all that kind of stuff, and then I'm going to show you on my laptop how I then take that information and input it into both Poshmark and Etsy, and let you know sort of what that process not only looks like, but how long it takes me and what my little like shortcuts and stuff like that are for doing it in a time efficient way. So if that sounds interesting, make sure you subscribe so that you can come back and see that video and hit the little bell so you'll know when new videos pop up. Just a tip. All right, next piece. Here we go, it's in here somewhere. So this piece was new with tags, which is one of the reasons I grabbed it. Again, it was $2. It is umji, however you want to say it. It is a size small, newer tags, like I said. Really pretty piece. So it has very thin spaghetti straps. It's like a high neck, and then it has the sleeves, which are a cold shoulder, like a kind of cut off. Oh, if you can imagine how that looks. And the print is like a very retro floral print with some layering at the bottom. Just overall a really solid piece. Like words like boho, festival, those kind of things are going to go into my titles. Again, it's new with tags, which is definitely a plus. $2. Absolutely. If you've been watching my videos for a length of time, you know that I like to grab this brand of scrubs. This in Grey's Anatomy is pretty much all I'll grab, unless it's a very good like novelty or character print. This is a size medium. It's koi, and I just really like this print. It's like a Hawaiian hula girl type situation going on. Usually they have like an all over print, like a repetitive print. Don't always see them like this, but I do like it, and it's going to catch someone's eye. Tip for koi is always make sure that you look at, like, if there's little tassels and stuff that sit at the chest, make sure you look closely at them, because they almost always, if there's a tie or at the waist or something, have little things on the end like floral accents and stuff. You want to make sure that they're not missing. So take a peek. It's the Lucky brand, again $2. It's a very simple, like boho, festival, peasant, all that kind of stuff. Again, very simple floral print, and then we have like a almost like a crochet cutout detail. Yeah, it's pretty cute. And then it has like a little kind of ruffly thing happening at the bottom. You know, $15 maybe. I should add as well that koi scrub top, I'll probably start at $19.99. The more unique, sorry for the rustling, the more unique the print, the higher I would list. But $19.99 is usually a good place for me to start. I do take best offers, but I find that they very often sell at full price. Okay, so this is Ann Taylor Loft. Again, this is not a factory piece because there's no little dots. It's a size medium, and I grabbed it because it's 100% linen. It's just a button up, like, it's lighter than it looks on camera, like a peachy orange shirt, and this is probably not the time of year for it. I think like spring and summer this will definitely would do better, but again for $2, 100% linen, why not? All right, and this is another brand that I use discretion with. It is J. Jill. This is the Wherever collection. So the J. Jill I tend to be okay with picking up is the Wherever collection and the Pure Jill. Is that it? I may be missing one, but there's a few like offshoots of the brand, and then I'm pretty comfortable picking up. And then this is one of them. So this is a size medium, but it's definitely like an oversized kind of blouse, and it has a leaf print all over it. It's nice enough for $2, you know. We'll see how that does. Probably around $15 again. There's nothing groundbreaking here today, but like I said, a lot of it had been picked over already, so you've got to get in there, and you know, there's always something else to find, and especially when you've driven an hour and a half to get there. I'm not going home empty-handed. Alright, and the very last thing I'm going to show you is shoes. So I got a few pairs of shoes. There was a few things there that I found that were good brand names, like Stuart Weitzman and what else did I find there? I found some more like Steve Madden's and stuff like that, but the condition was just way too questionable. So you still want to be, you know, I don't want anything that's broken, put it that way. So these are Steven by Steve Madden. I've actually never sort of found that before, if you can see that in there, but they caught my eye because, oh my gosh, I'm dropping them. I'm trying to see what this, oh, here they go. So they're called the Chris. They're 6.5, so they are a smaller shoe. They're a navy blue, but they're like a woven kind of look to them. They're a flat. I don't know. I thought they were kind of cool. I like them, and they're in good shape. They're a little, they need a little like wiping down and stuff like that, but overall they're in good shape. So these were all on the 50%. They were all $2 a piece, every pair of shoes. So $2 for Steve Madden's. I'll go ahead and grab them. All right, next thing. Don't judge me for these. I could not leave them behind. So another vintage item. So this will be cross-posted in all 3 places. I'll tell you why I got them. First of all, I love them. Second of all, so they are a very hot pink, like think Barbie pink completely. And they obviously have the cutouts and stuff. They are super 80s. They're a slingback. This is slightly larger, I would say, than a kitten heel. Obviously have a pointed toe. If you're going to like an 80s prom or something, these are for you. The brand is Caressa, which is not a brand I'm familiar with, but again, like look how even 80s that font is. I love it. And the size is, I think they're a 7. And they do have like leather soles and stuff like that. So they're a well-made shoe. They're definitely in good shape. I don't see like nicks or stains or anything like that. Just, you know, a little bit of like age wear, that's it. But I like them, so for $2 I'm going to grab them and see if anyone else loves them too. Okay, so my next pair, just good old faithful Clarks. I love selling, is that the right way up? Yes, Clarks Artisan is what these are. I love selling Clarks. They just do really well. They go pretty quickly for me, as long as I can find them for like $2 or less. So these were $2, obviously. They're just like little flats, rounded toe. There's a little bit of scuffing to the toe. I'll disclose that. It hasn't stopped me yet. And they do have a style number inside here. They are leather, and when you look that up, it's going to give you the actual name as well, which is very useful because people do look for specific styles of Clarks. So I went ahead and grabbed them, and these are a size 7. And then second pair of Clarks, again $2. So these are all leather again, black. They have like almost like a stitching detail around the side there. They're a mule, essentially. I would call that a mule, like a slip-on, which is definitely sort of in style now. And again, we have all the details in here somewhere. I'm just gonna have to find it. Can't see the size. Oh, it'll be there somewhere. I'll have a good look. Anyway, so I'll just go ahead and look at the style number and all that kind of stuff and get them listed. These I grabbed because they were in a like new condition, by which I mean they still have the sticker on the bottom somebody's peeled off, but there is pretty much no sign at all that anybody has ever walked in these shoes. And they are by BCBG Generation. There you go. There we go. And I just thought they were really cute. So they have almost like an espadrille type woven thing happening down here on the sole, but they are a patent leather. I believe it's leather. Oh Lord, why can I never find information on shoes? Don't you just hate that? Like you're going around in a circle trying to find stuff. That's okay, we'll figure it all out. Like a patent leather on top. It's flat with a rounded toe. Super cute for $2, like I said, in really good condition. I grabbed these again because they are new without tags. They've never been walked on. And they are sort of like a faux suede with a faux leather detail. They're like a block heel, like a very chunky block heel, very nice, like kind of a retro look to them, right? Super good for like career wear and stuff. They are only Old Navy. They're a size 8, but like I said, they're in brand new condition, and I thought they were kind of cool. And I do okay selling like Target shoes and Old Navy shoes if they're in really good nick and they're a good style. So $2, figured I'd grab them. And the very last thing I have to show you, is these. Another vintage pair. I love them. So we have, like, this is obviously larger than a kitten heel. This is a, I don't even know what you would call this, but anyway, it's a heel. We have pointed toe. They are like a gold, bronzy gold color. And they caught my eye because of the print, and obviously because they were older. And they also caught my eye because Robertina genuine snakeskin is what they say inside. Definitely an older pair. A little bit of wear inside the heels and stuff. They're not leather on the bottom, but they are in good shape. Yeah, and they're a size 8. I love them. I could not leave them behind. They could not go to a landfill. Okay, so that is everything that I got at the Goodwill half price sale. So let me know what you think. Drop down in the comments. Do you have any tips for anything that I'm going to list here? Any keywords that I haven't mentioned? I would love to know. Is there anything here that you would have picked up or you definitely wouldn't have picked up? And how is your sourcing going in the winter months? Are you still finding stuff? Let me know in the comments. If you are new here, I would love it if you would subscribe and come back and say hi. And if you are not new here, welcome back, and thank you so much for joining me again. All right, guys, I will talk to you all soon, and I hope you have an amazing week. Good luck sourcing, good luck with sales, and I will talk to you again. Bye.